I would like to introduce you to today's presenter, Rod Heron. Rod is the Vice President of Strategic Partnerships at Cendyn. He has been with Cendyn for nearly 10 years and is a respected expert in the hospitality industry. Apart from working at Cendyn, Rod is also a long-term hotelier, having worked with the likes of Hyatt, Starwood, Westin, and Wyndham. He has experience across multiple functions, including sales, marketing, call centers, database management, and is well versed as to how Cendyn's technology benefits customers at a hotel level. Today, he will be presenting to us on the power of CRM in a contactless world. In today's webinar, you will learn more about the current hospitality landscape and the guest expectations of today, how to connect your technologies and action guest data for a more personalized experience, how to be more engaging at every guest touchpoint in a contactless environment, and the benefits of CRM and a PMS integration. At this point, I would like to remind you that we at IDS Next serve you with a choice of pre-integrated, best-of-breed partner solutions so that you as a hotelier can make your choice plug and play. With that, I welcome Rod to begin his presentation. Over to you, Rod.
Thank you, Jacob. We look forward to very much our partnership with IDX Next, and what I'm going to be speaking on today, I hope you feel very beneficial. Cendyn's 20-year history allows us to assist hotels and drive revenue by using our software. What makes this difference, though, is our experience in the hotels with marketing, revenue, and sales. This gives us an unprecedented understanding of the traveler's journey. No one would have thought we'd be where we are at this time. Just 1 year ago, everything was normal. Currently, people are not able to travel far. It is mostly drive in your region travel with just your driving demand. People are looking for places that have open spaces and offer more secluded and outdoor experience. Urban hotels are definitely struggling depending on their local markets. The type of booking has also changed. Guests are booking last minute and tend to be traveling mainly on the weekends. There are extremely low levels of international travel, and we don't expect this to return until there is more freedom of movement and more confidence among the consumers. We've also seen a massive shift in how hotels are being run. The convergence of sales, distribution, marketing, and revenue management was already starting before COVID happened. But with the dramatic drop in business, positions have been eliminated and more emphasis has been placed on doing more with less. With team size dramatically smaller, budgets being cut, the struggle is real. But hoteliers also face with implementing new protocols, technology, safety standards, all while trying to do their day jobs. It's been a big, almighty shift from every perspective. All indications right now show that guest trust is one of the biggest factors in the booking decision. Guests are looking for recommendation from friends or family. They're looking at online reviews, and they're looking at safety protocol being practiced by each hotel in each area. What can you do? Stay top of mind. Even during lockdowns, many hotels stayed in touch using email marketing so that people were able, when they were able to travel again, they thought of them. Hotels got creative with ways in which they could stay current. They shared chefs' recipes, projects for children at home. They interviewed staff and many more things. Continuing this trend to show the more human and real side of the brand aligned with the trust piece. Continuing this is key. These newsletters can feature things to do with the hotel, but think out of the box. Local bike trails, hiking trails, what is open in your area, and also what is open in your hotel, of course. Promote your safety. Again, this is tied to the trust factor. Tell them how you plan to handle their safety. Tell them what they can expect. and what you're able to deliver during the stay, as well as letting them know about the restrictions. Some examples of information you can share. How is housekeeping cleaning rooms? Are you doing contactless check-in? Are the restaurants running at reduced capacity? If so, are bookings managed in advance? Share how often you are cleaning public spaces, that high contact area. Are masks mandatory? Any notes on social distancing in your area? Listen to your guests, get their feedback, whether it's prior to arrival or after the stay. Learn from them and adjust to their needs to drive and trust factor. Survey pre, during, and after stay is a great way to understand how the guest feels about your hotel, the service they have or will receive. The pre-stay survey can be extremely helpful, as you can ask guests how often they want housekeeping, what time will they arrive, do they need any extra towels in their room in advance. This is a possible way to limit the personal contact. All of this will allow you to maintain visibility online and drive demand over your competitors. Work across your teams to identify the gaps, changes in pace, and areas where you need to drive demand. Once you have that revenue, can work with marketing to fill the gaps. Create offers that reach unique segments of your database and drive that demand where it's needed. Gather data, align it into a central source of truth, and know your guests. This will also help you identify the right guests to go after to drive demand. Segment and personalize the communication for that guest. Surprise each guest, knowing that they've stayed there before. You have the data to identify what they liked so you can repeat it. I know you prefer a corner room, so I have placed you in room 405. Is a much better conversation. How do we get there? Personalization is a must. The guest must experience, whether visual or in person, needs to be a priority at every step, and leveraging data to improve the experience will be a key factor in successfully coming out of this pandemic. Customer experience drives both growth and retention. Drive ROI with innovative offers based on guest preferences. The benefits of personalization. The Relevancy Group did a study that showed that marketers report that advanced personalization in email increases revenue by as much as 17% over basic personalization tactics like hi with the first name. In another study, it was found that personalized emails can deliver 6 times higher transaction rates. The benefits of personalization goes beyond revenue. Personalization can reduce acquisition costs by up to 50% and increase marketing spends efficiency by 10 to 30%. We need to prepare for a world without third-party cookies. Apple, iOS 14, October, removed cookies by default. Google is going cookie-free in 2022. Third-party data is becoming less accurate and reliable as there's less of it. Opportunity to build relationships and consumers based on trust if you use their first-party data. It is data your customers and prospects have chosen to give you, so it's richer, it's more, and it's effective. Start shifting data and media strategies now to prepare for this future change. Taking control of the first-party data should be a priority for any company today and wants to monetize, learn from this, and use the assets to scale valuable audiences, deepen engagement with consumers, and improve ROI across marketing efforts. When we think of how to achieve what we've just talked about, we must look at the whole guest experience, see how we can affect all aspects of the journey, learn from planning to booking to pre-stay to arrival to in-house to having back again. We can use it to provide guests with peace of mind, reassurance, and tailored interests according to their circumstances and needs. As we've seen, we are navigating a whole new world. one which should be led by the data that we have on hand. It's the technology platform that consolidates your data across the guest journey and brings it to life for you to take action on it. Capture reservation profiles, past purchases, historical stays, room inventory, rates, and pricing, all from the PMS. One place to see all information about the guest with the data that gives you the intelligence to have that meaningful interaction, both digitally and in person. Send the foodie messages about food, the golfer golfing, family different than the business traveler when they do come back. Contact information we gather, the interests, stay history, spending behavior, survey, and the feedback. One screen, one place, you see it all. The strength of IDS PMS is it is strong at managing the room rates, check-in, check-out, stay information. The strength of Guestfolio is managing the profiles. Use dynamic segmentation within your CRM to target specific people in the database. Segment based on any of the fields available within your CRM so that you can target the right guest at the right time with a message that's relevant and unique to them. Guestfolio gives you the ability to add a sign-up form to your website along with the double opt-in feature. Here, you can gather more information on your potential guests, such as preferences and interests to tailor communications to them. These guests will automatically be added to any lists or audiences you have already built and created. A great example of first-party data in action. Using double opt-in is also a smart way to help you stay compliant globally. Once you've gathered your data and segmented your database, you now start building beautiful email marketing campaigns in minutes. Target each audience with a different offer or visual or call to action based on their interests. Using interest tagging, build out your first-party data with more insights on your. If you send out a spa offer and a guest clicks on the email and the spa links, they are then tagged as being interested in a spa. Able to continue your branding in emails. Another bonus to CRM is being able to identify who your best guests are so you can target them with relevant, personalized communication. It's extremely likely you will also be able to identify more guests with similar attributes from your database so you can drive demand from the highest spenders or your most frequent stayers. CRM enables you to use all the tools we just talked about to really know your guests. Each guest profile is like a fingerprint. The best way for you to understand that unique fingerprint is so, as well as communicating through emails and surveys, you can tailor the in-house experience as well. No more, have you stayed with us before? This is a question on arrival that it automatically makes the guest feel unwelcomed. With rich guest data at your fingertip, you can finally deliver that personalization to scale. And now, some best practices on guest engagement. Stay open and transparent with your guests. Ensure your communications to the guests and potential guests be taken to keep them safe at all times. What are you doing at your hotel to ensure their safety? Reduced occupancy, social distancing in restaurants, increased cleaning schedules, situation method protocols, and guests you should follow. Align this with your segmentation methods. Use pre-arrival emails to convey key updates on these items. Use dynamic content to notify guests 1 week out about any changes in the pool schedule, for example. Your message for local guests may be different, to provide that guest different information than the one that's coming from abroad, if and when they can. So make sure geographic location is always. If you have IDX, you can offer online check-in. Check with your IDS contacts to see how this can happen. Segmentation is the key. So once you've identified your audience, you can try different ways of communicating with your guests. Craft compelling copy. Use subject lines that speak to strong emotions like desire, nostalgia. We're all missing traveling. We're all missing the experience of seeing new things. And also, one of the best is always the fear of missing out. Experiment with different authors, subject lines, images to see which works best for your guests. Pre-stay emails. Invite the guests to plan the stay before arrival. Get them excited versus nervous. What else can you sell them? Work with maybe some local vendors. Bike rentals, where you can maybe get a commission. Can they pre-order items in the room such as wine, sodas, snacks? Limit that contact with the guests. It makes them feel safer right now. Much contact. With the low demand in your market, rates have dropped. So looking for additional revenues through special offer, upgrades, and services may help drive revenue and offset the lower rates. We've talked a lot about trust throughout this webinar. This is an example of how you can build trust by asking what they want or if they have any special recommendations for their stay, especially used for services like housekeeping, parking, food and beverage needs, etc. This pre-arrival guest survey may be even more important in today's world than the post-stay survey. Make sure you use this survey to reach out to that guest and make them feel comfortable that you're listening to what they may need. Prior to arrival, you need to be planning their arrival. Use daily arrival reports and the pre-arrival survey findings to know who is coming, when they're coming, what you need to deliver. When they arrive, go contactless. Recognize that repeat guests. Flag guests for special treatment. See survey ratings and comments from previous stays. Surprise and delight. It's what's going to help get us over this. Once they leave, be sure to keep learning from your guests. Gather guest feedback via a survey and online reviews. Learn about what they loved, what you need to improve. 1 to 2 minute surveys will see higher completion rates of your survey, especially with customer satisfaction and feedback surveys. This means you should aim for 5 to 10 survey questions and always try to respond to surveys, as it will build that trust that guests will have with you and in the future. Don't forget to also leverage the online reputation sites. For example, TripAdvisor reviews are often used as a means of research when people are planning their stay. So make sure you drive traffic to online reputation sites to increase the numbers of reviews. Be sure to reply to these reviews, as this shows you are committed to listening to your guests and their feedback.